crushing in the pressing. You are making new art in the soil I now surrender. You are breaking new ground, so I yield to you and to your careful hand. When I trust you, I don't need to understand. Make me your vessel, make me an offering, make me whatever.
My brother's testimony from the other side of life. My brother Wetzel battled the addiction of drugs and alcohol. He really wanted to overcome, but found it far too difficult to face on this earth. I recall my last visit with my brother. Him and I both drunk, walking across my sister's lawn. He put his arm over my shoulder, and his last words to me was this: "There has to be a better way, Kathy." I said, "There is a better way. We have to quit drinking and go to AA." I managed to do this, but my brother found it too difficult. This was our last earthly visit, and 3 years later he had passed this life. Then the dreams began to happen. I had many profound dreams and experiences with Wetzel, but this one I am about to tell you was my most profound experience. This happened approximately a year after his passing. Let me share. I don't know if I was in my body or out of my body, but I assure you this was very real and much more than a dream. I sat in my rocking chair, and suddenly at the end of my darkened hallway, where my bedroom door was, I saw an arm reach out from the doorway and into the hall. My heart began to race with fear, for I knew I was seeing someone who really should not be there. It was a male who was holding a bottle of Crown Royal liquor, my brother Wetzel's favorite drink when he was with us. My heart was pounding and I was paralyzed as I watched him fully come out into the hallway and began walking toward me. As he reached the doorway of my living room, he quickly turned to the left and headed into my kitchen. I was relieved, for I thought that was it, he was gone. I relaxed for a brief moment, and then suddenly there he was standing in my living room doorway, holding the liquor bottle and a drinking glass he had got from my kitchen. The panic rose within me. I looked at him, and I knew at this moment it was my brother Wetzel. So I said nervously, "Okay, come in, but only if this is for good." The moment he stepped into the room, I became someone else. All fear was gone. I felt complete peace and strength. As he came near me, I reached out to pat him on his leg to see if he was solid or transparent. I was a bit in shock, for I was aware of what was happening to me at this moment. He was as real as any solid item in the room that day. He sat on my couch, appearing sad, broken, and in great pain. I pulled my chair closer to him and looked at him, saying these words: "I know the pain you are in. I have been where you are. You don't have to live this way any longer. It is all up to you." Tears came down his cheeks. I then took both of his hands into mine. As I did this, the whole room lit up in a bright golden white light. I now felt the power of God passing through me. And I repeated, "I know the pain you are in. I have been where you are. You don't have to live this way any longer. It is all up to you." Then suddenly it all just stopped, and everything went back to normal. Now moving ahead many years later, my sister Brenda had a couple of dreams of Wetzel. She writes, I saw Wetzel walking down the street. I was so excited and ran up to him saying, "Oh my, how are you? I have not seen you in a while." I was so pleased to see him. "Where are you going?" He said, "I am going into this bar." And with concern and fear, I said, "Oh, into a bar?" He said, "Yes, I am going in to see my friends." I watched him go in, and then I saw him witnessing to all his friends about Jesus and how he had overcome his alcoholism. The whole feeling around this moment was beautiful, and then I woke. Another dream was this. Wetzel was hanging out with an old friend of his, my husband's brother, Danielle. Danielle was going through a lot with alcoholism. Wetzel came over to him and began to share with him, asking him, "What is wrong?" Danielle poured his heart out. He was in great pain. Wetzel looked right at him and said, "I know a man who can, and his name is Jesus." And then I woke. You know, what we fail to do here, I believe we will face on the other side. It is never too late to change our lives. My brother Wetzel did, and this is his testimony from the other side of life. His chains were broken, and he is now finally free.
You are making new art in the soil I now surrender. You are breaking new ground, so I yield to you and to your careful hand. When I trust you, I don't need to understand. Make me your vessel.